Warning: the following podcast contains strong language, may contain sensitive topics, personal opinions, and satirical comedic elements. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, AJ. It's been a long ass time since I asked you to do this, but I need you to do that thing. Your signature thing.
I have a signature thing?
Oh my god. You do this every time I ask you to do it.
All right, you fucking pussies. Let's get this thing started.
It's the Internet Bump Show. Welcome
Surrounded by
back
trees
to the Internet Bump
and a
Show.
couple of bears.
And a couple of bears. No, it's from
There
the
was a
Russians.
moment where I was eating corn, so I was taking massive baby dumps, eating corn and befriending grizzly bears.
I was thinking about y'all because I know that's like the running joke since like a year ago, but we had corn. Was it last night? Is that last night or the night before? And took a shit the day after, and I literally I took a looking for corn and then still did not see any. I think the
How
world.
could you talk
is
about
just,
that right now? I'm eating. What the fuck?
You didn't tell me you were eating, so
That's rude. You never asked me. That's so rude.
So I honestly didn't ever foresee this coming, but it happened. It's just you and me today. I did an episode just me and Mike, and I guess somewhere down the line it had to be just you and me.
Make it sound like it's a bad thing.
No, it's fine. I do feel like it's going to be a little bit more difficult now because I chose to make this one the experimental episode where I didn't have an outline, but yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're freeforming today. Mike is not here.
We're free balling.
And after that last episode, other people are not here.
Well, it's fun. Everything will happen the way that it needs to happen. Cheeks will be grabbed. Balls will be hitting against ass cheeks.
See, you said cheats, and it made me think of like video game cheats. Like I'm just imagining you sitting there with a big ass list of cheat codes.
Definitely what I got right now in my hand.
Right. Just eating a taco and reading. Oh, the cheat code to AJ's ball. There's the episode title right there. See, we can do this.
The cheat code to AJ's. Yep, that is exactly.
See,
what was the question?
Andy's drunk too. Great.
I'm not drunk, actually. I haven't drunk anything in a long ass time. I'm actually looking at a bottle.
I like how you could say that at this point, and it's just so synonymous with that episode that I have to immediately question how much alcohol is in AJ's system.
Really?
So when Mike and I did our episode, and it was just the two of us, I had a backup plan to fall on because I kind of went over the history of our experiences with YouTube. I think it'd be really stupid if I went into that history a second time. Yeah, we'll just pretend that episode 4 doesn't exist.
Episode 4 doesn't exist.
Right.
There's no bomb. There's no Warren by Sing Say.
I was thinking of Star Wars: A New Hope. You had to take it to fucking Avatar.
What the fuck?
Fucking Avatar and Star Wars are fucking light years away. I will say this, speaking of Avatar, so obviously there's like a million different AI apps out there. And I keep getting advertisements for a whole bunch of them, just because of how much I fiddle with it. And one of the ones I keep getting a lot of advertisements for on Facebook is this one where you can like, I don't know if it's like you submit a picture and the picture or the app just makes the person in the picture dance, or you tell it what you want to see. But for whatever reason, they went with Katara, and they have her just doing all kinds of crazy dancing. And obviously, because they're trying to lure horn dogs in, she got some, we'll say, enhanced assets. But I bet you if I just scroll through my Facebook right now, I can find a snippet of one. There's got to be one.
I believe you could.
I do see a lot of big anime titties, though. I do see that.
Hey, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah, because they're bigger than any human person's head.
Now, I don't know.
How that goes.
I've seen a couple of porns in my day, and I've seen
Okay,
some. No,
maybe
you're gonna
maybe
stop me
not
now.
maybe not as big as Andre the Giant's head. Maybe not that big.
Wow.
May
That's pretty fucking massive.
Yeah, I remember there was this one time I saw it was right when deepfake came on the scene. It was a deepfake video where they had taken various celebrities and deepfaked them over wrestler or WWE legends. And they had deepfaked the comedian Joey Diaz over Andre the Giant. And that shit was funny.
Oh my god.
So, as I said at the end of the last episode, it's been about 3 weeks since we recorded and everyone got together to talk. A lot has actually happened in 3 weeks. Like Eminem put out a brand new album, and it's taken over the musical charts left, right, and center.
Yeah.
It was a concept album, so it's one of the things where you gotta listen all the way through. And I've heard almost nothing but glowing reviews of this thing. And I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know how much you've made it through. I know you said you were listening to part of it.
Oh yeah, I was enjoying that. I enjoyed the whole damn thing.
And it's crazy because a handful of days after it came out, people on the internet started going around and saying we missed the story, and you're supposed to listen to it backwards. Like rather than Eminem killing off Slim, if you listen to it backwards, the story becomes Slim Shady killing off Marshall.
Oh wow.
Yep. I have yet to do it yet. I intend to at some point, I guess, but I think that's
I'm gonna have to
crazy.
check that out.
But they say that if you listen to the album in reverse order, not the songs in reverse, but the album, the order of the tracks in reverse.
I'm picking up what you're putting in.
The with Renaissance with Slim killing off Marshall sets it up for the side B of the album, which I thoroughly enjoyed the side B tracks of Music to Be Murdered By, so I'm looking forward to that. There was like one track off the album I didn't like. There was actually two, but No Life Shack actually turned me on to Brand New Dance. I caved and I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. Trouble, I think, is the only one that I'm just like, nah, I can do without. But the rest of it, I thoroughly like.
Man, the whole damn thing is good. I'm stuck on Fuel because come on, it's Eminem and JID. It's JID. Like,
yep,
enough said on that shit.
JID went hard. Which I mean, obviously, there's been countless good rappers over the years. I sound like your typical white hip hop fan because I'm like Marshall Mathers. Eminem's my favorite rapper. I still maintain that I think Kanye's got better beats. It's like if we're talking lyricism and just bars and stuff, Eminem's gonna be my favorite all day. But if we're talking about beats and production, I think Kanye is a better producer than Eminem. But I mean, at the same time, I think Dr. Dre would be a better producer than Eminem, which they consider Dr. Dre to be the best hip hop producer of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That happened, and then former President Donald Trump got shot in the fucking ear, so that happened. And then most recently, Joe Biden stepped out of the fucking presidential race. So it's like you step away for 3 weeks and just all hell breaks loose. So yeah, it's been fun. We're all gonna die. How's your schoolwork and stuff been going?
Man, it's been rough, dude. I can't even think straight from all of the shit that I'm doing.
Just know that by the time you complete this course, you'll be able to diagnose everything that's wrong with you. And that's what I would do if I was taking those kinds of courses. I would literally study as best I can until I had like all the fucking knowledge and shit down, and I would just turn that shit on myself and be like, all right, me, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Well, the classes that I'm taking, which like my IDS is just like social awareness and shit, and my psychology class, they're both pretty difficult because this is a university. This is difficult shit. But I know it. They just want me to put everything down on paper, which is my worst trait.
What's so bad about putting it on paper, though?
Because I don't know how to articulate it on paper properly.
For me, it's always been so weird because it's like people say that I like have a dignified and poetic approach to how I speak in person, but it's a lot more noticeable if you get me, like, with, you know, writing or a keyboard. I don't know. It's just people say I have a way with words and I'm well spoken, but I don't know. I've noticed over the years that with the way I speak, this is gonna sound really weird, but the way I speak, I would liken it the most to someone like Barack Obama. Like, if you think about the way he talks, he'll think about what he wants to say, but even as he starts talking, he'll, like, pause in the middle of what he's saying to kind of try and grasp at the words. Like, I think that's one of the reasons they called him, like, the best, if not one of the best speakers of like, all presidents.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, he's really good at speaking. Man gives a good speech. For me, it's what I try to do is, even if I'm not using the most advanced words, which just I hate bland, boring words. I like to use a more
rambunctious
I like
words.
to use a more flavorful vocabulary. But then again, I end up using words and people are like, I don't even know what the fuck you said. What I try to do when it comes to how I talk, though, is I focus, I think, more on trying to hide my accent. Like, obviously, you know, we're in the South, you and I, and we have our accents. And I'd like to think that I keep mine hidden, but it becomes more and more noticeable the more upset or excited I get. Like, I've always told people I can go from 0 to 100 just like that. Like, I can start with hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. How are you today? I am looking for the library. To, hey, I'm looking for the goddamn library. You seen a library around here? Like,
There's some tits.
Did you say shh? There's some tits. It's like one of those safari people. It's just shh, shh. There's some tits over there. You're gonna scare him. You gotta be very quiet. I don't know where I was going with that. See, this is what I want you to remember every time you tell me not to plan. It's like, you gotta have some kind of structure.
You don't have to have structure. What you have to have is charisma. You gotta have that driving force to push everything out. Like, we could literally talk about a cheese sandwich and it could be some of the funniest fucking shit ever. You know, you just have to go with it. You gotta flow. Don't think about it too much. Project your voice. Grab your balls if you need to. Stroke it on camera so everybody can hear it. I'm just saying, you just have to do the normal stuff. Pull up a porn and we can listen to the ball slapping the ass the entire time. It's all about projection. Put that up on the screen. It's all about projection. AJ, 2024. Thank you.
For audience listeners who wanted segments, I guess that could be your first one. Podcasting 101 with AJ. Lesson 1. Projection. No, no, you said it. Let's.
You gotta play like the good music in the background.
I forgot that I said a long time ago that I was gonna start using intro music for segments. I did it for Can You Smash That for like 3 episodes, and then I just stopped. It was like some kind of weird jazz intro. If I can find it, I'll play it like right now. That just sounds like some urgency, you're about to die music. It's like some kind of fucking dollar store version of Flight of the Bumblebee.
If you're a Sims player, you know exactly what the hell I was just
I
doing.
have not played The Sims in more than a decade. Now that just sounds like a more...
Just look up The Sims.
That's a more upbeat version of the fucking Pink Panther theme.
No. There will never be anything more upbeat than the Pink Panther theme that's already upbeat in its own, like in its own right. So. Oh my God. You don't know the name of that? I'm shocked at you.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just reading this post.
I'm so shocked.
A Megan Thee Stallion fan set up a poll to see who was a better rapper between Megan and Eminem. Eminem won 98% to 2%. Like,
of course, because
like you get what you ask for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's in.
Yeah.
It's
Which
in.
I mean, I feel like
I don't think the only other person that can beat him is himself.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like it's weird. Like, as a white person myself, I feel like I'm not the in the position to where I could, you know, be like, Eminem's the best rapper ever, give him his flowers. But someone like you, perhaps. But even then, it's still a whole bunch of people just trying to shut that down. Like that Dr. Umar guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dr.
Nah.
Dre.
Yeah,
like, bro.
no, Dr.
What?
Dre is trying to get rid of Eminem. Now, Dre got some flack a little bit ago because he said that he considers Eminem to be the best MC of all time, and they jumped all over him.
I mean, I don't see anybody else taking that
well, it's
that
like
spot.
It's like when No Life Shaq was reacting to the new album. He said, "Your favorite rapper is not doing this shit." He said, "Name one rapper that's doing this." He said, "My favorite rapper, J. Cole, is not doing this shit." He said, "Name one rapper that's doing this." And he starts tapping his wrist like he's got to watch. And he's like, I'll wait. And man sat there for like a good 20 seconds and then went back to listening to the album. He's like, your favorite rapper is not doing this.
Yeah, he's telling the truth because ain't nobody fucking with him right now and everything that he's doing, which it's understandable because it's Eminem. So no, ain't nobody fucking with him.
What I don't get, and this is something I thought about making a podcast like discussion topic for an episode many times, but what I don't get is it's like I get everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And everyone is entitled to give people what they consider constructive or even deconstructive criticism. But I don't get why people get so bent out of shape when their opinions ain't heard and whatnot. It's like, I look at, for example, since we've been talking about it the whole time, Eminem and people criticizing his music or saying that he's not the GOAT because he's a white guy. It's like, whether you feel this way or not, or if you think he is the GOAT, Eminem is still at the top of the game, and he's still getting that money. He's as far as I know, the statistics are showing he is the number one rapper in the world right now. I mean, obviously, he was getting beat out by Drake some time ago, but I think They Not Like Us fucking shut that shit down.
Yeah, Drake is gone. And I'll fight anybody that, you know, has an opposing view on that.
Well,
Drake,
let me just
he sealed his fate.
Let me just tell you this much: do not go to Canada and start blasting "They Not Like Us" because Rick Ross and his posse got their asses beat. I think that happened before the last episode, but if it not, then consider that not so breaking news as well. To me, what was the funniest thing about that was...
I mean, I'm not gonna...
The funniest thing about that was, though, people kept saying that he was trying to hide a black eye because he kept doing all this trolling on Instagram and whatnot, Rick Ross was. And he waits like 3 or 4 days and then does it. And an IG live where he's like, "Where's this black eye y'all keep talking about?" But everyone in the comments is like, "You can heal a black eye in 3 days, dummy." So it's like they said he had a black eye, but he keeps covering up his eye, and then by the time it presumably would have been healed, he's like, "Where's the black eye?" And it's like people see through that shit. You ain't fooling nobody.
Well, I don't know. Like the little OVO clique and everybody that's been dick riding Drake and all of that shit. It's just been like, yo, the man lost. Like, just he lost. Wayne told him, do not get on the mic and start rapping about shooting or the streets or shit that you don't know about, because you will get found out and you will get dethroned. He told him, he said, rap about the shit that you know, rap about your show, rap about bitches, rap about Canada.
But don't rap about this gang shit.
Rap Canadian.
Yeah, don't rap about the gang shit, because you not about it, and everybody knows it.
And he didn't listen. He was like, okay, well, that's what you get. He's been warned that he didn't want to listen. And it took Kendrick Lamar, who's been holding this beef for what, almost a decade, I want to say. He stopped him. And rightly so. So Drake bought it on himself. He's been warned multiple times to not do what he did.
Yeah.
And he lost.
And you know what?
So I don't care.
Fucking Aftermath gang. Or Aftermath gang just gonna keep on winning. Because you gotta think. Fucking, if you think about the fucking Dr. Dre family, or would-be rap family, they just keep winning. Because it's like fucking Kendrick dethroned Drake with that Not Like Us. And, Meet the Grams and all that. But I think Not Like Us was the nail in the coffin for Drake. And then Eminem comes out with the Death of Slim Shady, and it becomes like what people consider album of the year. Like that, fucking No Life Shaq was like, he was barely into Renaissance, which is one of the shortest non-skit tracks on the album, and he was like album of the year.
Yep.
And
yeah.
And then you got to think, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg got that joint album that they're going to be releasing, I think, later this year. So, Aftermath just going to fucking dominate 2024.
I mean, they are already going ham with everything that's going on now. And just saying, he's been warned, like, hey, you just shut your mouth.
And
don't rap about shit that you don't know about.
And then next thing you hear is, Wagwan Delilah. That I should probably never do that again.
Oh my God. You should never do that again. Your family.
I get the pass this time just because.
Just this once, but never again.
Yeah.
Please. I beg you.
Don't worry. I hated listening to it come out of my own mouth, so you don't have to worry.
Oh man. I just yeah. Gross.
So you said Fuel was your favorite track off the album, or at least that's where you're stuck on.
Fuel is I'm stuck on Fuel right now because I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a nice little lineup. It's like it's M, who is already a juggernaut in this shit, and then you got Mr. Cadence himself on there. I can honestly say 95% of the stuff I heard by Jid, I've enjoyed. I love that shit. Pair him with Eminem, it's rap. Because everybody was like, oh, he got on there and he showed out and he outdid him. No, he didn't. He's good in his own right. He didn't outdo him. He didn't outdo the Great White. Like, no. He did not do that.
This is something I wish more people would accept about Eminem, is that even if you feel like he's insignificant or whatever, just because of, him being white or the shit that he raps about or this, that, and the other, your favorite rappers and people that you like respect Eminem as well, and a lot of people consider him the GOAT. Like a lot of people who have been in the game for a long time consider him the GOAT. So it's like you. One of the things that people keep saying about Eminem is that when people are on a track with him, he goes so hard in general that he brings out the better sides of the people that he's featuring or the people that are featuring him. So it's like
because
okay. So think about this. Think about this real quick. Have you ever heard the song "Calm Down" by Busta Rhymes featuring Eminem?
See me and Shady together we crazy like bacon a bomb and then rabies cake like a pastry bitch. We that sick?
Yeah, I believe so.
If you've ever heard Busta talk about like the process of making that song, Busta Rhymes did I think like 16 bars to start and then sent it to Eminem to do the feature or to do his verse. Eminem sends back more than 16. So Busta Rhymes feels like he's got to up his game to not get like fucking overshadowed by Eminem. So Busta rewrites his verse and does more than what M did and sends it back to Eminem to, double check or approve or whatever. So Eminem gets Busta's second verse. So Eminem redoes his to include more. And then he sends it back to Busta. Busta does another verse, a third verse that features even more bars. Sends it to M. M redoes his verse a second time. And it's like, it went from what was supposed to be, according to Busta Rhymes, I'm paraphrasing here. It went from what was supposed to be like a radio-friendly, 2 to 3 minute track to something that I think totaled at like 6 minutes and some change. And Busta Rhymes was like, who are we making this for? Because obviously we're not making this for the consumer. We're not making it for the radio. He said that's what he liked about working with Eminem. Is like M is so hungry in hip hop that it just brings out the competitive nature in whoever he's working with. Because, one of the things that people go back to when they're talking about, Eminem fucking destroyed such and such on that track. They talk about Renegade with Jay-Z. It's been known for fucking years. Eminem ate that shit for dinner. And
he did.
Even when Jay was beefing with Nas, Nas said on what was it, Ether? Said that Eminem killed you on your own shit. So But I've seen
Jay-Z will forever be like one of the ones that I enjoy listening to because he got bars and he good in his own right. He just ain't touching.
I like Jay-Z for his charisma. Like if there was ever a rapper that is like I'm listening to them rap and I'm like, no, this man got like God levels of charisma, I would say Jay-Z. Because it's like one of the things that people like about Eminem is Eminem is a really good storyteller. They cite things like Stan and then it leading into Bad Guy, and they're like, M is just a phenomenal storyteller. I listen to Jay-Z rap and the things he raps about, and I'm just like, this man would walk up to a fucking god and just be like, yo, I'm in charge now.
Yeah.
There's a song from, I think it's the Blueprint 3. Whichever one came out in, like, I think it's 2009. It's the same album as the track he did with Alicia Keys. I'm sounding like a fucking hip-hop amateur just because of all this shit that I'm either forgetting or misremembering if I do remember it. But, it's called...
Yeah, they gonna hang you.
It's called On to the Next One.
Hold up. Somebody bring me back the money, please.
And I love... Yes, that one. I played that for Pops and Mama today, and Pops was like, the rapping was superb. That beat is fucking annoying. but
Okay, first off,
look, it doesn't
hang
matter
on.
what you say right now because he's not gonna hear this.
First off, whoa, we are not. We're not. We're not
Hang
gonna
on, I
say
gotta
that.
go to Genius real quick and see who
We're
produced
not.
it. Jay-Z. Oh, fucking, it's featuring Swizz Beats. Why did I have to ask who produced it?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to figure it out.
My brain today,
it's the
man.
easiest.
This week has not been good to me.
Enjoying it. I've been doing homework since 7 this morning.
Look, I can't hold a candle to that.
There you go.
I can't even hold a fucking unlit wick to that. But you ain't gotta put me down like I ain't doing enough.
You doing everything you possibly can right now.
You are listening to the Internet Bum Show, presented by CAMJ Entertainment. Like and subscribe for future episodes and other content featuring the cast here and more. Back to your hosts.
I'm telling you, man, that last episode. That last episode is like the first episode. No, I lie. It's the second episode that I've put out that I've not been able to listen to in full. That one that we did with Justice for the April Fool's special, there were so many audio issues in that one that it's like, for consistency's sake, I felt like I had to put it out, but I was just not happy with it. And this last one was even worse. Like, there were no audio issues, but just, I don't even know what happened there, man. And I thought about it, and at first I wasn't gonna address it at all. But at the same time, I thought about doing like a little mini episode where I just kind of hashed out how I felt about it. But I think all in all, I lost my cool there, and that was just not what I wanted to happen there. I fucking proved that shit was coming out of your microphone though. It is funny because I've heard it come out since we got in here and started.
What?
But it's fine.
It's always great, bro.
I found, I don't know if you saw this when I was texting you yesterday, I found more than 13 hours of 7 Days to Die footage from the Salty Gamers days. I started going through it.
God.
I had started going through the second session before I found the first session. I'm like 2 hours into the second session, and I think I'm like 3 hours into the first one. And I'll probably end up editing it and re-releasing it. Or I say re-releasing, it never got released in the first place. But I'll probably end up editing it and putting it out on the channel just because there were some good parts in there. It's like, I hate that it never went anywhere, and I want to do a sandbox session again, or a sandbox session, a sandbox series. But it's hard enough getting people to fucking show up for this fucking podcast, let alone gathering people for a sandbox.
People will come.
It's when they see Dolly Little, right? That's when they will come.
Trust me. Yes, I see Dolly Little.
But she's a blonde though.
You uncultured swine.
Is
no,
she
is not.
Hang on, incognito window. I'm probably thinking of somebody else.
Yes, you are. We
were at the gas station this morning, and there was this. I say girl because honestly I don't remember her age, or not that I even knew it to begin with. But she'd come in behind us to pay for some gas, and she held the door as we were leaving, and we thanked her. And her voice was a little high pitched, but it's a woman, so naturally it's gonna be a little high pitched. But we got in the car, and I looked at Mama, and I was like, you know what I hate the most about people sometimes? And she's like, what? I said, I hate that people are starting to look younger and younger to the point where you can't even tell what some people's age is. It's like you might be looking at someone that's like close to my age, which I'm like, I'm 27 now. So, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if they're close to that age, then, nothing's wrong. It's fine. But at the same time, there are people who are closer to our age and don't look it at all, like this Dolly Little girl. And then there are people who look closer to our age but aren't. and they're a fucking minor. So it's like no matter what, no matter who it is or what I'm looking at, unless I know their age, I just automatically feel gross. Like I feel gross for even looking at them. I'm like, can you just get the fuck away from me, please? So, on that note, we've been in here for almost 2 hours, and I don't know how much this is going to get cut because it's a weird fucking episode, but we're still here. So, that being said,
it's a beautiful episode. It's fucking fun.
Now, that being said, it's time for the outro. AJ, what are your closing words this time?
If you agree that song would have been a hell of a lot better with Eminem on there, I respect you as a person and as an individual. And I love you dearly.
I was going to make my closing words about that song, but I guess I got to pick something else now. Fuck. I don't know. This has been a weird episode. But I look forward to seeing how it stacks up against all the others. You can find AJ at twitch.tv/AlfredSolidus. It feels weird.
Plus, I'm going to be streaming soon.
Yep. And you might even be able to find him on some of the other streams of other people we mention regularly. So look forward to that. I don't know. Take it easy out there. Like and subscribe. And this has been the Internet Bum Show. Thank you and good night.
CAMJ Entertainment.